Hello you gorgeous donuts. Today we're going to be reacting to the worst roommates from hell. All of these posts are from the subreddit r/badroommates. So let's just get into this because apparently they're terrible. The least hygienic person I've ever met just moved out and left this. It is exactly what you'd hope it's not. Oh my god, that is... Are they actually taking the... Why would you not clear that out? This is one of the wildest things I've ever seen. Surely that room would have just stunk. Like, could you imagine the smell of that room? I imagine this is somebody that doesn't open the windows that often. I mean, the blinds are completely shut here. This must be such a feisty... Not even like a defibrillator. Wait, that's what... Is that what they're called, a defibrillator? Or is that what gets your heart going again? Dehumidifier. That's what I meant. That was a test. Well done, you passed. Just making sure you're active. Making sure your brain's still ticking. Well done, guys. Full marks. You got us. I don't know how I would react to this. Genuinely, like, if I walked into an ex-roommate's room and the room was like this, I feel like I wouldn't even want to rent this out to another person. Because it's kind of unfair. Like, if you move into this room, you wouldn't have known that this man kept all of his, you know, his shooting tissues. Is he, like, looking at them and going, that one was a good one? Remember that one? 4th of July? Oh, take me back to that moment. One of me best. It's the fact he didn't even get rid of the cardboard either. Like, the rolls. This is horrific. Did he use, like, a t-shirt for one of them as well? I wonder if he's ever used, like, old ones to... I'm not even going to get into that conversation. My roommate keeps hissing at me. Is it like that old woman out of Harry Potter? You know, when Harry has to, like, find a Horcrux and then she turns into a snake? I sat down with my roommate yesterday morning, asked him why he keeps hissing at me, and told him that it's really annoying. I told him that if he keeps up the hissing, this isn't going to work. Yeah, I mean, it is going to drive a little bit of a wedge between the both of you if you just keep on hissing, especially when I'm trying to watch Severance. Right? All I can hear is... I don't like it. Okay, I've told you once, I won't tell you again. He pretty much just ignored me. So I said if there was anything he needed to talk about, I'm here. And that if I had done something to upset him... I love how serious you're taking this. He needed to let me know so we could take care of it. He got up, went into his room and shut the door. I needed to get ready for work and was tired of dealing with him. So I left him alone. When I got home from work, all of his things were gone and he was nowhere to be found. I called him and it went straight to voicemail, but he had changed his voicemail to a recording of himself hissing. Who is this bloke? So I don't know. Guess he wanted to give me one last you. Pretty pissed about it, and I've got no way of getting a hold of him because he won't answer his phone and no one else has heard from him or can get a hold of him. Been a weird couple of days, but I guess I have better things to worry about than him. Like how to pay rent now that he ditched me. What a weird arsehole. Regret if I'm moving in with him. I mean, I think you're completely valid for this. You know, that is a pretty bad roommate. I thought the previous guy was the worst we're gonna get. No, this in my opinion is worse because it's just uncomfortable. At least you know where you stand with the guy who's leaving his tissues. You know, oh, well, yeah, he's a pretty of a horny creep. This guy, you don't know what he's capable of. Like, this would make me think, is he some sort of shapeshifter, right? Is he trying to speak parcel tongue to you? Or does he think you're a snake? Like, what is... I don't understand. Just the fact that you're sitting in your sitting room, possibly watching the telly, and he's in the corner like this. Like, that would genuinely just... It's like a horror movie, love. It's like a genuine horror movie. I'm glad that he left. Also, the fact no one can trace him is pretty, you know, that's pretty worrying. Has he shed his skin or something? I'm not too sure. Wonder what his favourite TV show was. Monty Python! What's his favourite board game? Snakes and Ladders? Oh, full of jokes today, aren't there? Taking my dirty underwear. Today, I caught my landlord, who I rent a room from, going in my room and taking my dirty underwear. Oh. I have cameras and knew this as I caught him once back in December. This time I called the police. I'm moving out in 2 weeks. Any advice? This is a really tough one because it's actually it's like a funny situation in terms of, like, it's such a weird situation, like how the hell is this even happening? But it's actually really serious, and the fact that you can't feel comfortable in your own home, like, even if it was a roommate and you had, like, a lock on your door, I think you would feel even a tiny bit more, like, safe. But it's the fact it's the landlord. He's probably got a master key to every single room in the house, clearly, because he's going in your bedroom. I can't fathom how this makes you feel. This is such a breach of trust. It's a breach of just human rights in general. It's just disgusting. Even if he was going in your room anyway, that's weird as anything, but actually stealing your dirty underwear, that is so creepy. Surely that's a crime. Like, it's got to break some sort out of law. A landlord. Oh, you're asking for advice. You've got 2 weeks. Is there a friend you can stay with? Like a family member? I think you need to get yourself out of this situation, because I know it's not really down to you because it's him that's the one at fault, but I would just try and get away from this person as fast as possible, because if he's doing this, what else is he capable of? Like, this is honestly one of the most horrifying things. I'm just reading the comments to this and it's crazy. Just some of the stories people have with living with people. Like, I've lived with so many people, but these stories are just so much worse than the ones I've got. That is so gross. I'm glad you're getting out. My friend came home to find her flatmate jizzing on her towels. On a towel? I mean, at least the first guy had the decency to do it on toilet roll. A towel? But imagine you're washing your... Oh. He said, I've done it before heaps of times and you didn't say anything, so you didn't even notice. Oh my. See, this is the stuff that creeps us out. This makes me lose faith in humanity. The fact that, like, why are you angry now? I've been doing this for months, and now you're calling us out on it. You're the problem here, love. Didn't have a problem with it before. Why you suddenly change your tune? Get him out. Okay, so here we have a text message, and the caption is literally just, motherfucker knows I'm a lesbian. I eat your pussy. That'll be lit. I'd have more fun tying you up and leaving you outside. Go to bed. You're too drunk if you're hitting on me. So I can't eat your pussy. Can I hang you upside down from the roof in just your briefs? You're literally telling him, get away from my DMs right now. Can we just not talk and just let me eat that pussy? Or should we go to bed? You've asked 3 times now, fella. Right, she said no the first time. In fact, she didn't even say no. She said worse than no. Right, she literally told you, I don't want to even be in the same room as you. I'd rather tie you up and leave you outside. That's not flirting. That's her putting her foot down. You should go to sleep. I'm never letting you eat me out. K. That sucks. We can laugh at this, okay? Because this guy's just weird. But it's the fact she's living with this guy. This isn't just a guy that she's texting on like a dating app and she doesn't have to see. This person is living under the same roof as her. That's like, she shouldn't have to deal with this. Like, this is just one of the creepiest things ever. If there's one place in the entire world that you should feel safe, it's within your own home. And if you don't even feel safe within your own home, which I've had before, it's one of the worst feelings because you've just got constant anxiety the entire time. You can never chill and it constantly builds up and you're not even you anymore, because you know, sometimes you just need to like be in your house away from everyone and not worry about anything. This person doesn't get that opportunity. This person, if they want to chill, have to be outside of their house where other people are so they can't fully switch off, especially since he knows you're a lesbian as well. Like, what is he trying to do here? Is he like one of those guys where he's like, yeah, but I can turn her, right? I'll build a turner. Have you seen us? I just want to see he's like face in the morning. Like, would he be embarrassed by this, or does he just genuinely not care? Like, how many times has he asked you for this? Okay, this one's an odd one. Roommate boyfriend moved in and the hallway is becoming an extension of their bedroom. Moved into a 4-bed in NYC and have had no issues with anyone until one 22-year-old female roommate boyfriend moved in with us. She never spoke to any of us about it. I can emphasize with someone who needs a place to stay, but it felt very inconsiderate for her to not even mention at all. Yeah, that is very inconsiderate, to be fair. Like, if it's your house, like, surely you need the permission. Not even permission, just like being like, by the way, is it okay if my boyfriend comes to live with her? Because he's going to be using all of the communal spaces. Obviously, it's going to up your bills in general. If he's using the shower, if he's like using the electricity, etc. Just out of courtesy, it's nice to just ask, like, make sure everyone's comfortable with it. My main issue is that between the two of them, they probably own 50 pair of shoes. Our very narrow hallway is becoming an extension of their bedroom, and every pair of shoes you see belongs to the two of them. The black dresser is full of shoes, the wall cubby too. I want to tell them to find space in their room or get rid of shoes. My bedroom door opens right up to their black dresser and their shoes are on both sides of my door now. Am I making a mountain out of a molehill, or should they be more considerate of common space? Okay, this one's an interesting one, and we have photos as well. So, that is... Christ, what is this, Flight Club? I feel like I'm a kick game here. They should all be, like, wrapped up. Oh, yeah. I mean, there is a lot of shoes. One thing I would say is, like, they have, like, this many shoes. Could they not afford their own place to live in? Like, those are some expensive shoes. I can see some Jordans there, some Dunks. They're all, like, you know, they've probably got a thousands of pounds worth of shoes there. One thing I will say is they are very neat, okay? Like, they could be, like, everywhere, and they could be just, like, thrown around the place, but, I mean, that is the bare minimum if they're gonna have the shoes there. I can fully emphasize why you would be annoyed, because, you know, like, when you live with other people, especially if you're living with like 4 other people, you want people to kind of just keep stuff in their rooms, and then the communal spaces are, you know, so like free for everyone to use, and people aren't kind of like overstretching into those territories. It's such a difficult one, and I feel like you're valid in raising this concern. I really do. It's just how do you approach this? Do you just tell them to just like shove them all in their room? We don't get to see how big their rooms are. The top comment actually raises a good point. The hallway is too narrow to function as shoe storage. That is true. Like, it is very narrow. Having the shoes on the shoe rack, like taking up all that space in general, is a little bit selfish, considering there's like 4 other people that live here. Like, maybe just put your shoes that you wear all the time on there and the rest in your room. The more I'm thinking about this, the more they should just keep their in their own room, to be fair. I think you should just have a conversation with them. Like, it's not a situation where they're spunking into tissues and leaving it everywhere, but it's definitely something that I think you're valid in raising to them, is what I would say. This was definitely a hard one. My male roommate, who I barely speak to, asked me for sex. Great start. Literally out of nowhere. What the I feel so disgusting, and like I can't even be comfortable in my own house. He's done weird stuff before, like touch my tattoo without asking, and asking me to scratch his shoulders at like 3 a.m. But I just blamed that on him drinking every day. He stays in his room and loudly his incredibly annoying girlfriend, Diane, all day and night. Stupid Diane. It's kind of mad to me that like young people are called Diane. Like, the Dianes not just spawn in as like 80-year-old grandmas. Then I asked if he's cool with me watching my friend's dog, and this was his reply. Yuck. Hello, are you okay with me watching the dog for 1 more week starting Wednesday? I won't be watching her again anytime soon because I'm so over it, lol. But I know she likes to bark at you for no reason, so I'll only watch her again if you're cool with it. No worries if you're not into it. Already, dogs are a great judge of character. For no reason. That dog knows that this guy's asking for sex. The dogs always know. Dogs are never wrong. Okay. Also, this message is nice. Like, you're doing what the last person should have done when they moved their boyfriend in. You're asking for permission here. You're being very nice about it. Hopefully they're nice back. It's all good, thanks for asking. That will cost you a drink. Lol. Oh, this guy's creepy. Yeah, you can look after the dog. As long as you're shaggers. Lol, my next batch of Truly's a cucumber lime is yours. Lol, as long as you drink with me. Ha 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 ha. Oh, this guy's sleazy. Lol, we'll have to see about that. I don't think we have similar drinking schedules. My drink schedule is every day. Lol, I don't know about you. Lol, mine is definitely not. Lot of lolling going on here. What does that say about them? That's fine, lol. Maybe we can work out sometime. Out, lol. Mate, you're gonna have to stop with the lols. It's killing us here. Lol, you have an extra treadmill. I don't do treadmills. I do a different kind of cardio. Lol. Oh, what, you little sleaze bag? Actually, no, I'm talking about sex. I'm talking about you, me, girl, boy. Okay? I'm good. I don't know how Diane would feel about all of that, lol. Oh, yeah, Diane. What's Diane gonna say about it? Is anyone thinking about bloody annoying Diane? Touché. Want me to ask her? Lol. No, thank you. Just not interested. It's fine. I understand. Nice chat. Lol. God, I don't think I've ever said lol. Oh, another time. That much in the space of like a minute. Even if this guy didn't have a girlfriend, this would be like really creepy anyway. But the fact he has a girlfriend and, he, in your own words, shags her very loudly. It's almost like he's trying to annoy you. He's trying to entice you. That's like his mating call. This makes me think, like, when he moved in with you, did he already have like a kind of pre-existent thing that he thought he was going to sleep with you anyway? Like, the fact you're literally, this started with you asking him if it's okay if you can look after your friend's dog, and he turned it into him sleeping with you. Like, what? If this was me, I would just want to move out with you. Like, this would just make me feel so just uncomfortable, because you know that he's always going to be thinking it, and like every single time you speak to him, he's going to be, trying to make it into a sexual thing, or it's just horrible. Oh. Okay, I've just seen the photo from this next one. Should we read the context? I feel like we need to. Hanging raw meat on the dish rack. walked into the kitchen, said, "What the hell?" and walked straight back. In the corner of the second pic, there's literally the styrofoam tray where the meat came from. So I imagine this person lives with somebody that just hangs meat up. Why? What is this? Is this steak or bacon? It looks... Is that like bacon? It's some sort of... I don't even know what... This is just horrific. Why are they hanging meat up? Like, what is this? Like a kebab shop? They're gonna start, like, pirouetting and spinning, Cam, not pirouetting. Meat doesn't pirouette. Why would you hang it up? Am I missing... Is this a normal thing that people do? Like, when they come in the house, so they go, "All right, take me coat off, hang that up. Oh, take me hoodie off, hang that up. Oh, get me bacon, hang that up." Is that what people do? Am I just not up with the times? Is this airing it out a little bit? Does this, like, increase the flavour of it? But it's not even marinating in anything. Is it a little bit, like... stuffy? You know when you leave your clothes in the wash for, like, you know, longer than a day and they start, like, stinking? Has this happened to the meat? Has it been in the packet for too long? I'm genuinely confused here. The sink is a place where you clean things, and the fact that this meat is just hanging over it is just wild. I don't understand. I feel like I need to get a bit of context. Should you hang your meat? Probably search this on incognito mode, shouldn't I? Oh, yes, meat is often hung, also known as dry aged, to improve its tenderness and flavour. Okay, I stand corrected then. A man of elegance. This is the perfect roommate. I mean, that's fine if you're in, you know, your own home. But, you know, when you live with other people, I feel like you need to just mention this and ask. Again, no, it's not even about asking permission. It's just asking if they're comfortable with it. Like, the fact you've walked in here, maybe it's to clean your hands, and then there's just some random meat just hanging over that. This would freak me out. Right, and I eat meat, so I don't even know if you're someone that does eat meat or not. Roommate left us a present. And imagine it's not a great one. We didn't even own the house where we were staying in. It was a family member's house. We informed the roommate that we were moving out in a month, but that roommate was welcome to stay longer after we left to make other living arrangements. Roommate moved out before we did and left a parting gift almost 30 times. When confronted about this, the roommate just said, "Yeah, I was mad." And we have a photograph. We have two photographs here. Clearly displaying what appears to be knife wounds. Yep. I think that's... Pretty sure they're knife wounds. What do you mean you were mad? This is definitely a murderer. What possesses someone to grab a knife when they're angry and just start going to town on the wall? What, really? Any need? Like, I've heard of people, you know, throwing their PlayStation controller if they get beat or something. Right, even, I think that's a little bit icky. But, you know, you get angry, you're not hurting anyone, you throw it, whatever. Right, get a new one if you've got the money. This is a little bit alarming. Like, if I was living with someone and they've got knife marks in the wall, especially when it's in a rented house, this is, it's alarming. Right, especially, you know, if I'm in my room hanging stuff up with command strips so I don't, you know, wreck the paint so that I get all of me deposit bond back, and you're just, you know, you're just stabbing the wall. I think you've got a right to be annoyed here, right? Everyone's not chipping in here. It's just really scary. Okay, we've got a text here. "Don't go in the bathroom when you wake up. I got really sick and I'm too weak to clean it up. Do you work today?" I mean, this... What do you mean you're too weak to clean it up? So you've just been sick all over the bathroom and then just went to bed? Again, if you live alone, that's fine. But you've got... Surely you think of other people. Like someone who's getting up for work really early. Oh, mate. They're saved as the landlord as well, so you can't even say anything. Like, you can't get them kicked out because they literally own the flat or the house. This is a rough one. Hopefully this is just a one-off thing. Otherwise, I would be trying to get myself out of here. This person clearly does not respect you. Housemate hides the TV remote when she leaves the house. Okay, I'm intrigued by this one. Pretty much the title. How does one navigate that level of petty? It'll be missing for hours. Then she'll get home and bang on, she's sat on the couch. Netflix pumping, but it's lost again whenever she leaves. I feel like Larry David. Am I going insane? Edit. It's her TV, but I pay for a lot of the subscriptions that she enjoys on said TV. It's also in the only common area living room of our house. Absolutely wild, the amount of commenters that are asking who owns it. Also, this post was really not that deep. I just wanted to vent. Obviously, I can buy another remote or talk to her. Edit 2. Oh my god, this was just a bit of a laugh on the post. Wait, are people hating her? Are people on the TV remote Haida's side? Surely not. All of the edits are just her trying to defend herself for just being annoyed about this. This is such a weird one because if the TV's in the sitting room, like, why does it matter if you're watching the TV when she's out? She's literally out the house. It's not like the TV, you know, has a time limit. Like, you're taking up the TV time and then when she comes home, she's only got 25 minutes left. There's not a meter on the TV. Who cares who owns it if it's in a communal area? This is so petty. This is, like, really possessive, in my opinion. Like, I wonder if people are, does anyone disagree with us here? Let's say if you're both in the house and it's her TV and she wants to watch something, then maybe if she bought it, she's got a case. But then again, you say that you pay for all the subscriptions on it. So then that's like a good sacrifice because the subscriptions are obviously monthlies. They're not like one-off payments and they're expensive. Like Netflix and Disney, they're proper expensive. So if you live together for like over a year, the price might actually be quite even here between the TV and the subscriptions. I can't believe I'm having to even argue that. This is such a stupid one. Oh my god, okay. How my last roommate left his room. I rent out rooms of my house and this is how my last roommate left it after just moving out with no notice. Every single person I have shown this to has gasped and then upon reflection made fun of him for drinking natty ice. What is that? Is that a drink? Oh yeah, this is See, I feel like I'm emotionally invested in this one because I've had this before. You know, it's obviously horrendous that someone would, you know, live in your house like this. But the fact they've left and just went, oh, they'll clean it. That's the most infuriating part for me because it's like, what, so do you just think I'm just going to clean up after you? Do you think you can just leave this? Like, do you think, like, I'm some sort of, like, slave to you? Like, you can just kind of treat this room however you want and then it doesn't matter because, you know, you're not going to clean it up anyway? Like, it's the lack of respect. It's the taking advantage of. You've obviously never said anything about this before and now they've just kind of left you with it. This infuriates us. This one does get under me skin a little bit. You need to be petty. This one you have to be petty with. Just bag it all up and just take it to wherever they live now. Put it on that front door. Do it. Be petty. In this scenario, be petty. What is this? I have a dream. I have a dream that one day the dishes will be done. Not by those who need them, but by those that created them. By Martin Spooner King. Surely this has got to be disrespectful. Martin Spooner King. Surely they've like typed this up themselves. They went onto Microsoft Word and Paint and created this. This is so odd. This is so strange. Clearly the person who is living here is not cleaning up after themselves. But instead of just like talking to them about it, unless they have tried to talk to them about it, this is such a weird way to communicate. We need more context here. They shouldn't have done the Martin Luther King thing, okay? But we need more context. Like, if you are a cereal person who doesn't clean up your cereal, right? Who just leaves bowls and, you know, for other people to clean, they've clearly got to a stage where they're really angry. But it's just hilarious that this is the way they've chosen to vent this anger. I feel like that is definitely one thing when you live with other people. That is like a make or break thing. Especially like when you live in a place which doesn't have a dishwasher. Like that really makes or breaks the living situation. That makes it really rough if people are constantly not washing their own dishes. Like, you know, some people might be like, oh, I'll do it later, and then later never comes. Like, again, it's fine if you live by yourself. But when it's in communal spaces, you just have to do it right. Like, as soon as you cook, just try and clean it up. As soon as you've finished eating, just clean your plate. Like, it's one of those things you just have to get in the kind of rhythm of doing. This was such a fun video to do. If you want me to do another Bad Roommates video, because I've literally got 15 of them open that I haven't used, okay? 4,000 likes on this video and I'll upload it as soon as it hits that. So get it to that. And if you want to binge watch my Reddit videos, go here. I think I've got like 5 or 6 now. So go on a binge watch, right? They're chill. You don't have to think too much. Have them on in the background when you're on your phone or whatever. Go on.
Kirkham, baby.